It looks different than it used to. Hey everybody, I'm Pernilla Helmersson. I'm an Access Consciousness Facilitator, and I'm here today to talk to the fabulous Katarina Nilsson. She is an artist. She's a Joy of Business Facilitator. She's an Access Consciousness Facilitator. She's a mother, super mom, and she's a lot of different things. And today we're going to have a conversation about Joy of Business and what has occurred for people and what have been going on in people's life after taking classes, and what is it all about, and can you actually have Joy of Business? And yeah, so we have a lot of fun things that we can dive into. And before we get started, I want to let everybody know that if you're coming on the Hangout now, you're going to be muted. But if you press on your left-hand corner, you can unmute yourself, and you can also chat in your question to us, and we will look into that and answer it as many as we can and as we have time for. We only have 30 minutes, so we're gonna dive in, but I wanna let you guys know. And we also have Hungarian translation that is gonna be sent out after the Hangout. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just let us know if you have any questions at all. And I'm here because I'm helping Katarina organizing some of her classes in Stockholm. That is also going to be live streamed in November, so I'm so excited for them. I've had the fortunate pleasure to be in one of her Joy of Business classes before, so I'm super excited about taking 101, which is the one after 101. 102, I mean. Yeah, we're going to dive deep into this and have more clarity on it very soon. So hello, Katarina, and welcome. I'm so happy you're here.
Hello, Pernilla. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here and be on with you and just, listen in and chat a little bit about these amazing tools that have changed my life and my business so much. So thank you so much, everyone, too. And let's rock it.
Let's rock it. Yes, for sure. So do you want to tell us a little bit about, I know you just got home from the Symphony of Possibility class, and what's going on for you, like with everything right now?
I did. I've been in 5 days of classes with the amazing Dr. Dane here, who is a co-creator of Access Consciousness. And it's been truly amazing and world-changing, I would say. It has rocked my world and opened up for so much awareness and possibilities. And I'm so excited to facilitate more in private sessions and classes. And I really perceive all the possibilities there are. And one thing that has come up is a lot around judgment. And I'm also referring to the US elections were on yesterday, right? Yeah. And if you are active in Facebook at all, you see all these posts. Oh, it's a lot of buying into the drama and the black side and what's wrong, what's right, and that doesn't really. And did you perceive the energy? Was it like, oh, yay, light and airy and possibilities, or more like,
yeah.
So what if we don't buy into any judgment when it comes to what's going on around us in the world or with ourselves, our choices, and our business? So what if instead of going into, oh, this is what it's going to be drama and problematic and whatever with this new president, or would it have been better with the other candidate, or so just be interesting point of view, which is one of the tools we are playing with. Okay, interesting point of view, I have this point of view.
Yeah.
And don't have any charge on it. So what if we instead function from possibilities in our lives, in our business? So that's something that really came up in my awareness too, that what if we don't buy into our own points of view and limitations around money, finances, or our own possibilities in business and living?
Yeah, wow, thank you so much for that. That's so true. And yes, what if we don't have to buy into it and feed it energy and just keep being happy and live our lives, and yeah, not buy into it all. And Katarina, can you tell us a little bit about, I know you've been using the tools now for years, and you're traveling the world having Joy Business classes, and what are some of the changes that have shown up in your life? I'm curious to hear more about that.
Yeah, so I must say that I've run my own business since 2008. I run a naming agency where I help companies come up with new brand names. And for many years, I was very limited in my box. This is my business. This is what I can do, and this is what everything around it I cannot do. However, I came to a point where I just needed to have more fun in my life and do something that was really nurturing and caring and expansive for me. And that was when I found that, oh, painting is really light and cool and fabulous for me personally. And that is one change. I have actually invited more and more of that, which changed and shifted the energy and possibilities for me in my life and business. And now that is one of my businesses. So something that was like a hobby, I have integrated in my business as well. So that is one of the changes. And also that I allowed myself to actually create this coach and class business, even though I am a consultant, where I had this picture of, oh, consultant, you need to be really serious and strict or professional or whatever. Like, no, what if I can include more things? And what if everything just gives energy to the different parts? They kind of feed each other. Right. So I have changed a lot of my points of view, and my business is more playful for me now. So, and also when during the first year I used the Access Consciousness tools, I actually increased the revenue in my business with 163%, which is amazing.
Wow. Yes.
So I could actually see it in my money flows as well. And that's what we say also in the Joy of Business, that money follows joy. Joy doesn't follow money.
Right.
So what else can you invite that is really joyful and positive and delightful for you as a person and as a being, and use that to create your life and business to something that's far beyond what you had expected or what was projected on you from your family or society or whatever.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing to just hear. First off, that you found more joy, and then on top of that, you even got more money. So how does it get any better than that? That like you didn't just expand one area of your life. It sounded like it expanded like your whole life, pretty much.
Exactly. And over to you, Pernilla, because I'm really thrilled. As you said, you took one of the Access Business 101 class maybe a little bit more than a year ago.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. And would you like to share a little bit? I know you had kind of limited points of view around the format of your business.
Yeah. And
you made some demand and change that really opened up for something completely different.
Yes.
Would you like to share that with us, please?
I was in a box like you. And that's what I love about the tools, that you get different perspectives. Because I had the point of view, I had my Access business, and then I was a full-time project manager at a business in Stockholm. And my point of view was like, either I work there or I quit. And then I talked to Katarina about it, and she asked me some questions. She was like, well, what if it can look, completely different than you had imagined? What if it can show up better than you ever can imagine? And I was still like, what are you talking about? Like, either I work there or I don't. Like, what are you getting at here? And she did some clearings, and we looked at it, and I got rid of some limiting points of views. And surely enough, now I've been working from that job, both in Bali, and now I'm in beautiful Australia. And that was nothing I had even in my universe, that they would like want me to work all the way from here, and that it would actually work to do projects from Sweden to here. And it works really well. So thanks to that class, like my whole lifestyle have changed. I'm like living where I really want to live, might get nurtured by the sun, I live nearby a beach. Like a lot of things that I've been asking for years are showing up. And sometimes we try to think ourselves out of problems, but when someone asks us questions that we might never have considered, we can actually get out of that box that we actually built ourselves into, and that like maybe society and people around us expect us to be in. But what if you can break free from that box and create your life in a way that actually works for you? And that's what the tools are for me in Joy of Business too, to build a business that works for you, but it's also about you as a person, right, Katarina? Do you want to talk more about that, how your life is your business?
Yes, definitely. So I love that perspective that we can come out of separation. And with that, I mean, I decided that I was this consultant, and that was I needed to be and do in a certain way. And then I was also a mom, and then that was kind of another role. And then I might have some social time off, and then I was a friend. And so that was like limited roles for me, and that's what I say is doing separation. So what if we don't need to separate? So what if I can be me, all of me, and have the energy I am when I play and when I be with my child, for example, which is playful and caring and nurturing and really yummy energy. And have that same energy when I am and when I be with Petra, who's online here, even though it says Katarina, who is my colleague, and with my clients in the naming business, and when I facilitate, and also when I paint, and when I meet people, and when maybe I go out dating. So what is it that is so fun for you that you really look forward like a little child to doing that more? And what if you would allow yourself and invite more of that in your life and ask for it? Ask for what you really would like your life to show up as and be. Yeah. And that is your business.
Yeah.
So what have you decided that business is that it isn't? And what have you decided business isn't that it is? So everything that brings up for all of us, can we destroy and create all that, please?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And that what I just used is the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. And there is a site that explains in detail the Access Clearing Statement, and you can look it up. It is www.theclearingstatement.com. And in really short words, it is a way to clear the energies around any area that we have, to allow us to start anew and create what works for us. So what would it be like for you all guys to actually choose and ask for what it is that you really would like your life to be like?
Yeah, what if we didn't have to have any boxes on our lives at all? Like you said, bye-bye box.
Yeah. Bye-bye box. And I had also this lovely participant in one of the Joy of Business classes in Budapest in Hungary last year, I think, who told me that the month after the class, she actually doubled her income. And how amazing is that, to really open up to maybe also ask for it? That is a tool in itself. Ask and you shall receive. And the receiving aspect is really important. So we need also to be open to receive. So those are two things that we work with and we talk a lot about in these classes for things to show up.
Do you have a clearing for receiving? Because I know that that's a biggie in this world. The capacity to receive that we always can work on and expand so we can receive even more of what we're asking for.
Exactly. And this participant, she also shared that she chose to go to Dublin in Ireland, where we just were for the Symphony of Possibilities class with Jane here. And she shared with me that she chose the class, and once she chose it, which means being the energy of I'm doing this, whatever it takes, that also opened up for her to create the money to pay for the class with total ease.
Nice, that's magic.
And that's one of the most brilliant tools there are in the world, I would say, is our choice.
Yeah.
So when we choose something, so if you go to yourselves, some examples in your life, or even one, where you really chose something, you decided, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to travel here, or buy this, or whatever it is. When you really be that energy, have you created it? Yes, I guess you have. So when we choose, also the universe and everything around us contributes to us in creating that.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit about, we need to ask, we need to be that energy, we need to receive, and get out of our own way.
Yep.
So sometimes we limit ourselves and we look upon ourselves as small beings and with small creations, while we can actually choose to create big, and we are really huge beings. We are not small beings. Okay? So what would it take for all of you to really be the capacity and be the potency and choose what you know you are capable of choosing? And everything that doesn't allow us to be and do that, can we just run and create all that, please?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
And
so yeah, go on.
No, I was going to jump to something else. So go on.
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Go to
I was just curious if there's anyone online that had questions, because you can just type it in or unmute yourself, because we're here for you. So please take your time. Take your opportunity to talk to Katarina if you have any questions about Joy Business. Yeah, you're so welcome to do that, or type it in. We'll get to it. Yeah. Wow, thank you for that, Katarina. It was amazing it's so inspiring to hear what changes in people's life and what they're choosing, and the change never shows up the way you think it's going to, right? When you ask them.
That that is really cool. When we don't go into trying to control how things are going to show up, because that is a way how we destroy our creation. So ask and shut up. That's what Gary says, right? The founder of Access Consciousness. Ask for it, and then be the energy of it, and be open for it to show up in any strange or mysterious way everywhere you have decided how things are going to show up, and go in and invest in the results of something. Can we just run and create all that, please?
Yes. Right
and wrong, good and bad, pod, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So many times we project and we expect things to show up in a certain way, or that we need to create something in a certain way. And that is actually when we are we try to order something into existence. And that's not a creative way or that's not even creation, that's judgment. So a recent conversation in Access Consciousness is about chaos, and let the chaos, which is the creative power that we all have, to instill chaos in all areas of our lives. So how much chaos can we instill in our bodies, in our business, in our relationships? And the other end of that, the other side of the coin, so to speak, there is order. And that's when you try to judge something into existence, or you try to control it. So order versus chaos, where chaos is more and what we would like to have is this coherence, the dance between order and chaos. So using more, because many of us, we have over-ordered everything. And we're being the control freaks of our lives, stopping ourselves dynamically. And what would it be to be more the chaos, the light, dance, and flirt with creation and with everything, and have these small pieces of order to when it is needed, right?
And I love that about you, Katarina, because you are really the joy of business personified, because you're always like, oh, let's have a glass of Prosecco, let's make this fun, let's like, you are not cutting your energy off for anything. You're always being you, and you're amping up your creations because you are willing to be you, and you invite everyone around you to be it too, which is such a cool invitation. And thank you so much for being that in the world.
Thank you. And when I heard about the joy business, I was like, oh, yes,
finally.
Yeah, I loved it.
Possible, yeah.
and that was also an example when I just dove into it, and I chose to also become a Joy of Business facilitator. I just loved the energy. I knew I needed to go there.
Yeah.
And the class was in Australia, and my body says, we need to fly business. And I was like, it was like jumping a really high cliff into the ocean for me.
Yeah.
And I chose to do it. I paid for my business tickets, and I was like, I went to Australia for 4 days of class, which is like, people were like, oh, you are crazy. If you go to Australia, it was my first time, you need to be there 3 weeks. And I was like, I'm going there for a class and flying back again, you know? And I had no projections, and I had no expectations of what would show up after. I went there because I knew that matched the energy of what I would like to see as my life. And this adventure turned out to be like a European tour of Joy of Business classes. I had no idea. I went to the Netherlands. I went to Germany various times, to Austria, to Hungary. And, you know, it's like, woo, and so much got created. So and I had no idea.
Yeah.
So yes. So what more can we create when we just jump into these different adventures that create our life?
Yeah. Thank you so much for choosing that. For choosing to go.
Thank you. Yeah.
And you said something really important there that I wanted to highlight, that you said going there matched the energy of what you had been asking for. Want to expand a little bit on that and asking questions? Yeah.
Yes. So would you like a light, easy, and joyful life? Or would you like a cranky, problematic, and heavy, dramatic, and traumatic life? What if that is a choice that we can make? Our points of view create our reality. So if we choose to function from the points of view that business is hard, money is scarce, I cannot do things, I can't afford this, I will never be able to, you see the energy is like, right?
Yeah.
So what if you make the demand of you to stop limiting you and your creations and yourself, and instead function from, hey, what else is possible here? What are the possibilities for me in my life, in my business? What can I choose that I've never chosen before? And what is really fun for me? What tickles my whole being? What makes me so vibrant and, you know, turned on that I would like to have it more every day?
Yeah.
So what would it take for all of us to choose more of that and be more of that and create with that? That's the generative and creative energy. Actually, the ultimate generative and creative energy is the energy of orgasm. That's kind of the life energy in our bodies and our being.
Yeah.
So what would it take for all of us to be the joygasm we truly can choose and be?
Yay.
And use that as our as the creative fuel to create whatever we can be and do.
And everything.
So I would
that.
Destroy and create all that. Yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot, all night, shorts, boys and beyonds. And that is the core and essence of what these classes are about for me.
Yeah.
It is for us to open our eyes and see where we limit ourselves and see what else can I create. And it is also about creating more business and looking very fiercely and with open eyes on our money situation and see what would actually work for me and make those changes.
Yeah, maybe you already answered this, but there was a question popped up in my head. What would you say is the biggest difference in going to an Access class and taking a Joy of Business class?
I
think you just explained it. I was just a little bit, you took it from my head probably.
Yeah, okay. So Joy of Business is an Access consciousness class. And the cool thing is that you don't need to have any prereqs at all to choose the Access Business 101 class, Business Done Different. You don't even need to have the bars class, which is a prerequisite for the foundation class, for example. Right. So that opens up for so many possibilities. And I wonder what the world would be like if every company, big, small, huge, every person, every youngster, every person going to school actually applied these tools to create what they are here to create. Okay. So that would be a really yummy environment to play in. Yeah. And what if we'll always also use the energy of the kingdom of we, when we create from the space of this works for me, it works for my family, it works for my colleagues, it works for the world. That's the beauty when we kind of play together and we include all energies also around us. So I love that perspective too, and that's another thing we will play with in these classes as well.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. We're almost at the top of the hour. Do you have anything else you want to add? I would personally like to invite everybody to, if you're curious about these classes, 25th of November, you're so welcome to come to Stockholm or do it live stream actually on a Zoom hangout like this. Katarina will be doing 101 and then the whole weekend will be 102, and that is pretty special because there's only 2 facilitators in the whole world that does 102 except Simone Milasas, which is the creator of Joy of Business. So if you're curious about 102, which I am so excited about because like I said I did 101 already, please join. We're going to be live and we're going to be you can be there in person too if you like. How does it get in? Yes.
I'm really super excited to do that, and also to be there for the 3 days. I mean, you can choose the 1-day class only, and you can choose the 3-day class, and to have that really deep dive in your business, and really that will be like a creative boot camp with all our businesses, and a lot of time for more personal and individual facilitation also. So I'm really looking forward to that. And also coming up during next year, and I have a lot of things that I am creating right now that hasn't come up yet, so stay tuned. We have plans to create a 3-day Joy Business class in Hungary next year. So let's see when. We'll probably have a 101 class in Austria. Nothing is decided yet. What is decided is that I will facilitate a 3-day Joy Business class in Napa Valley in California in June. Wow. And that's right before Simone has the Joy Business Facilitators class. So if you would like to become a Joy Business Facilitator, you need 2 101s and 2 102 classes, and the facilitators class. And you need to be a certified access consciousness facilitator as well. And there are some other prereqs. But the world desires these energies. And what can we create with loads and loads and loads more of Joy Business facilitators around the world? So I would really love to see that. So come and play.
Yay, come and play. And if you have any questions, we're here for you guys, and we will be sending out the recording shortly with the translation. And yes, please just let us know if you have any questions. And is there anything else you would like to add before we quit, Katarina?
I'm just so grateful that you're here, and what can you go out in the world already after these 30 minutes and choose something that you have never chosen before? That's my challenge for you today. What can you choose today that you have never chosen before? And everything that doesn't allow you to do that with these right and wrong, good and bad, pop, online, shorts, boys and beyonds.
Wow. Yes. Thank you, everybody. We were like over 150 people registered for this, so there's definitely a big interest in these classes and the tools, and my target is also to get them out into the world. And what would it take?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. And yeah. So thank you so much, and thank you, Katarina, for taking the time, and for Peter.
My pleasure.
Yes, I'm so grateful for each and every one of you guys for being here, and just by being here you are changing the world, which is really cool. So thank you all so much for today, and hope to see you live someday.
Yes, and enjoy your day and your evening, Pernilla. In Australia, it's nighttime already.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to connect more with all of you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye for now. Bye.